Greetings Internet, DDA here, and welcome to another Star Wars Unlimited match video. We have coming at you from Portal Comics and Gaming the finals match of a local, organized, weekly play, casual. Of course, this is my local store that I go to, so these are two of my good friends here on the screen. Tom, who has been rocking the many different types of red decks for a long time since the creation of the game. He always seems to be playing some variation of a red deck, so pretty experienced over there in red. Likewise, we have Matt on Sabine, who has been playing Sabine ECL for set 1 and set 2, but recently switched to yellow Sabine with the new hotness, the new 26 HP base, that surely gave Sabine a ton of power in the metagame, because we all know that if someone needed more power, it needed to be Sabine, because she definitely needed to end the game faster than she did currently. So starting out here, I don't remember who has initiative, but it looks like we have an L3 and an A-Wing and a Cartel Spacer on Matt's side. Likewise, I think I did see an A-Wing on Quinlin's Tom's side as well. So Quinlin Vos versus Sabine. It's going to be an interesting match. Quinlin is a mid-range deck, but he is pretty low to the ground. He does hit pretty hard. He also has the new Plo Koon. Starting out with a ping. Really great play here from Matt, starting with that ping to slow play the Quinlin deck and not be subject to the Tarkintown. So he actually, it was an Anakin's Interceptor that I saw, and a red 3 in Tom's hand as well. Dropping down the L3, great against Quinlin again, because of that shield, going to absorb that ping damage, and again, save him from that Tarkintown. These initial plays to stop the ping damage and save and slow play the Tarkintown are great from Matt's side. Matt has a ton of reps on Sabine, so we can see that here with the sequencing, trying to push in as much damage as possible. Firing in the Anakin's Interceptor, getting in 2 damage. This is going to be a base race between these two decks. The thing about Sabine is you can't stop Sabine from doing damage. She always has that 1 damage ping to fall back on, especially with the yellow version of the deck. You just can't stop her from doing damage. Firing down the red 3 on Quinlin's side, surely red 3 will allow him to push out a ton of damage. He also has a Millennium Falcon in his hand that's just going to lock the space arena over on Quinlin's side. Matt is looking at the red 3 that he has in his hand, really thinking about it, because not sure. Tom already does have the space arena locked down, so it's tough for him to think about dropping those space units he has in his hand. He has an A-Wing and a red 3. Doing the ping, not really sure what he wants to do, just giving himself a little bit more time to think. So, of course, just throwing down the red 3. In this base race, probably best just to throw down the units that you have. Each unit that you put on board is going to be highly impactful in this matchup. We are going to come down to the wire, I am sure, between the damage between these two decks. Pretty even so far. Technically, Sabine is winning because she has that 1 extra HP on the 26 HP base. We'll have to see, though, who is able to squeeze out additional value here. Tom really thinking about which card he is going to put down as a resource, deciding to keep that Wing Leader, and yet we're going to see the Wing Leader throwing extra experience on the red 3. Great play here, and the ping on the red 3 as well. That's going to enable Tarkintown on that red 3, and likewise save his red 3 from being killed from the opposing red 3. Great play there by Tom. Matt going into the base makes sense here. Get that damage in before the Tarkintown is going to come out, and then Tom is going to respond by taking out the Anakin's Interceptor. Now, Tom and I did talk after this match. He did say that was a misplay there. I think that was a pretty obvious misplay. He said that the camera was making him misplay. So sorry, Tom. I apologize. But yeah, dropping down the Leia for the tap down on red 3. This is a huge swing for Sabine here. Taking out that space unit that Sabine had, that Quinlin had, and then likewise tapping down the biggest threat on his board. Pushing in insane damage this turn on the flip turn, getting that extra Sabine ping as well, ending the game as fast as possible. Now these players, I guess this is actually the second time or the third time that they've met in this matchup. No, this is the second time that they've met in this matchup. I guess right now, Tom had won the first interaction between them, so we'll have to see in this series between them who is victorious and then what the final record is. But throwing the heroic resolve on Sabine and pushing in for an impressive 5 damage on the base. Just huge damage coming in from this yellow Sabine. Heroic Resolve, a great card that Sabine is definitely utilizing more and more as the game continues. Tom responding in kind with Leia to tap down Sabine, save that not only 5 damage, but likely would have been 7 or 8 damage, because I'm sure he would have activated the Heroic Resolve ability this turn to burst the remaining damage that he needed. So we'll have to see if Quinlin can push in and catch up in damage, firing in the L3 to ping for 2. So we got the Wing Leader for 3, we got the red 3 for 5, so we're looking at 8, plus Quinlin is another 4, so 12 damage coming in here this turn. It is unfortunate that Tom did forget that Tarkintown. He still hasn't used the Tarkintown. So Matt going in for another 2 damage. Quinlin is going to hit for 4 here. So let's do some quick math. We got 4 from Quinlin, 5 from red 3. That's 9. Another 3 from Wing Leader is 12. If he had the Interceptor would hit for 5. So that would be 17. Plo Koon coming in for the coordinate 6 damage takeout on Quinlin. Surely this is the last actions of the game right here. So if he got the 17 with the Interceptor this turn instead of the 12, and hey, doing the Tarkintown, saving the Plo Koon there. So we'll have to see. This is, and a surprise strike. Oh, the Falcon. Okay, the Falcon for an additional 4 damage over on Tom's side. Wow, that's crazy. So wait, he gets him. Did he have lethal with the Interceptor? He got him to 17, and then Interceptor was 5. Oh, he was so close. Just a little damage off, because I think either way Sabine gets it. Because he's at 19. Yep, good game. So really, really close. Honestly, that could have gone either way at the end there. Really tough there. Tons and tons of burst damage coming out from Quinlin's side on the flip turn. You can see he was behind, but he caught up super quick and was able to push in hard. Likely that game still would have went to Sabine, I think, just because of the insane damage pushed through by Heroic Resolve, the yellow base, and then likewise the Plo Koon coming down that turn was very significant. Because even if he had used the Tarkintown on that initial space unit, he would have then not had the Tarkintown and surely would have been defeated next round with that 6 damage from Coordinate. So big back and forth here, big swings. The Quinlin deck did not use the Quinlin pings very effectively in the first game. It's hard to use, especially during Sabine, and especially against players who are expecting it and know how to play around it. Matt is doing a great job of playing around the Quinlin ping by slow playing him with Sabine power, playing units that aren't as impactful that could be taken out by the Quinlin power. You can see in his hand right now he has that new yellow R2, which is going to be great for him as a first turn play. There's a lot of back and forth with Sabine and Shirley. The yellow version of Sabine is I would say it's probably currently the best version of Sabine, just because the only way that you're going to beat the mid-range decks of today is just to straight burst them down. A lot of the popular mid-range decks these days are going heavy space. That's pretty common. So the ECL version of Sabine is getting worse and worse the more space enters into the meta. So you need the targets in the ground arena to make the most use of ECL. You can ECL ships, of course, but definitely, the Poe ECL, the Wrecker ECL, those are the things that you want to do. So we have For a Cause, we have Alliance X-Wing, again slow playing, Matt showing that he has experience against Quinlin. Slow playing with the Sabine ping here. So this is a tough spot. Now, honestly, if I was Quinlin, I would pass, which Tom does pass there. Good play by Tom, because even if Sabine passed out here, that's okay. You have a later deploy than Sabine. You can slow play better than Sabine can. But yes, great play by Tom there. Still getting the Quinlin ping by passing, and then pinging off the shield. Yep, great there. Pinging off that shield. Good play there by Tom. Now, of course, if Matt had opened the R2, he could have Tarkintowned it and dealt the 4 damage he needed to defeat that unit. So, again, good play on Matt there by dropping the L3 with the shield, protecting him from Tarkintown. So he's still going to get that 2 damage in. We got a Cartel Spacer on Tom's side. So we'll have to see. Yep, shooting in the Surprise Strike. Big damage here for 5. Just getting that damage in while he can. So we have the For a Cause potential. Probably going to drop the For a Cause. Not the best play here from Tom. Again, just Sabine pinging, accelerating towards the end of the game. Not the best hand from Tom, I'm not going to lie. Dropping the For a Cause this turn is a really, really slow play. Really, you want For a Cause in this matchup to be the last damage you need. You want to develop your board in the first 2 turns. But getting the full 4 damage ping, hopefully those cards that he's seeing is what he wants to see. The Wing Leader is good. The K2 maybe, but without ambush, it's a little slow in this matchup. Potentially the Wing Leader is the best pick there. To put on the Alliance X-Wing and make him a monster in space. We'll have to see what he ends up deciding. So he's actually going to send the Wing Leader to the bin, and it looks like he actually put the Kira into his hand. Again, the gaze of the camera is strong with this. So apologize for the misplays. I don't think that's going to matter in the end. He does have double Leia in his hand. I think he drew an extra Leia because he put that Kira in his hand. So I don't think it really matters yet, because he's actually going to resource the extra card that he drew anyway. So I don't think it matters too much in the end, but we'll have to see. Dropping in the 2 additional damage from that L3. L3 showing the power, having done all of the damage himself so far to the Tarkintown base. Responding with another 2 damage from the Alliance X-Wing. This is a pretty even damage race. I might be wrong about the early For a Cause. Dropping the Kira, surely this call is going to be very, very impactful. We got Heroic Resolve, double Heroic Resolve, calling the Wing Leader. Now, I am not sure if that's the right call. That's tough. With the double Heroic Resolve, if he calls 1 Heroic Resolve, he still gets to use 1 Heroic Resolve. If he calls the Wing Leader, he can't Wing Leader, but he still has double Heroic Resolve. Yeah, because he's going to drop R2 and then double Heroic Resolve, right? And then he's really just getting the same damage that he would have gotten from Wing Leader. Yeah, I almost think that he should have named Heroic Resolve, because then he doesn't get another unit on board. He doesn't get this double Heroic Resolve we're about to see. He has to choose between Heroic Resolve. Oh, he's actually putting on a Hotshot Blaster instead. Wow. Crazy high damage in here coming from in Sabine. Just a hard-played hot shot blaster. You don't see that every day. Sabine coming in for, what is that, 5, 6, 7 damage on base from Sabine on the 4 flip turn. Just insane. Yeah, and the reason I'm saying I think that Quinlin should have probably named Heroic Resolve there is because if he plays Wing Leader, you can Quinlin power the Wing Leader pretty easily to remove the... And yes, he's getting the +2, but he got +3 there with the Hot Shot and the Heroic Resolve. So, really, it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Firing down the Leia here to tap down and ping. Still haven't seen a Tarkintown. Crazy that it's this late and we haven't seen the Tarkintown. But I'm sure the Tarkintown will come very soon. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, right? Because he's going to get to trade either way with Kira. This is a tough call because I think you want to trade here with Kira to reduce the damage, but at the same time, the only way you're going to win is if you kill. You have to kill. Because you know the first action, Sabine, is going to kill you either way. So base racing here was probably Quinlin's only option. Let's see if that 3 damage from Kira would have changed anything if he did it to the base instead. So Quinlin's coming out. He still does have Tarkintown. He's got that Heroic Resolve. Putting the Heroic Resolve on K2 just for lulls, you know. Why not at this point? Have a 5/5 K2. He has a Surprise Strike in his hand. So how much can we hit for right now? I don't think he has a 1-drop that he can play for value. So if he would have dealt the 3 damage from Kira, he could have bursted for 11 damage. Yeah, he still would be 2 damage. No, 4 damage off. Man, this is a tough matchup. Sabine is just crazy fast with how much damage he's pushing in. I think Tom realizes that he has no outs here. With 2 giant threats on the board with K2, that Sabine is a monster. A monster, what, 5/6 with a 1 ping. Crazy strong. Yeah, he has Falcon and Surprise Strike. He can't get initiative is the problem. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Yeah, I think the play would have been, instead of the 4 of Cause, if he had like a Falcon, that would be way better to push in, because you really need to push in against Sabine. If you're gonna out race her. Yep, Tom knows it's over. So good game by both players. Seeing Matt be able to play around Tarkintown very well, and seeing how much of a monster Yellow Sabine is in the current metagame. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please hit subscribe for much more local and casual/competitive matches of Star Wars Unlimited. And as always, turn your dial to Random Number Gaming.